Okay, what I want to talk to you about right now is your muscle. It's not about the muscle hustle. It's about the muscle memory, building into the correct habits. Your leverage is your real muscle, your leverage. It's like I was showing just a few minutes ago in my other video. When you lift by squatting down, bending your knees, one leg in front and one behind so that you're always anchored. You lean down, this one covers you. You punch behind the ear, he's coming in to hit you. As you do this, you're right there. And now you're parrying and trying to fly swat. And as you do, you're always in tight. And when you lean in, bending the front knee, and you lean into him, you hit him preferably with your shoulder here. But even if you don't, if you jump back and he comes swinging at you, you lift under his arms like this. The hand turned this way and this one this way. And you push it off like this, or you throw it behind you as you lift it. You throw it behind you. You smack him the same way, in and out. Come up his chest. You bury this part into his stomach. And as he bends over, you push in, and then you start leaning this down along the railroad track on his chest. You come right between his hands up to his roadblock right here. And as you do this, you push and then you come up. Push, but you always want to throw these elbows too, like this a lot, and you come over his arms like this, and then you push him out the way. You have the leverage. And then you swing into him, right up his chest, right to the roadblock like this. Or you hit him out the way and then come back, come down, hit him out the way, come back, come under, push it down. And when you turn, you like pulling a sword out of the holster, or you're like swinging a baseball bat. You come from back here, in tight to yourself. He's right here. Bam, right upside his head. This one's protecting you as you punch behind it. As you hit him, you swim under his arm, bam, like an old-time train. Choo, choo. Don't come out like this. You want to be in tight, and then you lean in, come up with the leg, lean in, bending your knee, and swim up, bam. Come back under his arms, bam, 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 bam. Paddle his arms down with the hammer slammer. This is called the hammer slammer. When you come in like this, you pound him here and here. Not his hand, because it just slips over. You got to fight him close, okay? You hit him here, you're going to hurt him, you're going to bruise him, you're going to punish him. But that's going to stop him from wanting to attack you, okay, because you're going to put fear into him. Then you want to come in, hit him down here with the backhand hand grenade, right here in the groin. Bam. And you come over, bash him with your shoulder, push into him with this part. As you slip in, you're hitting him at the hips, always at the hips. You want to hit him low. Don't fight him in a topside match where you grab him up here and you wrestle with him, or it's a tug of war or a push and shove match. You don't want that. If he's bigger, stronger, he's going to outpower you. But if you hit him down here, you turn him into a bowling pin. Like you're the bowling ball, you hit him down here, and he's the bowling pin. You're going to knock him over easy. But you have to hit him at the hips, so you hit him this way, and then as you do this, and you press into him with this, and this protecting you and hitting over your head. As you push into him, you reach back around, grab him on the far side of his hip, on this side. And as you do this, you just reach and you pull him this way, bash him again on this side, push him back, grab him again, pull him, come in with some back elbow some back hand grenades, and come back down with the back elbow step, come up into his face with it, come into it with the back hand grenade into his face, come under, loop, smack, and whack. That's where you come under his arms. Don't get in the habit of trading punches, clashing hands. That don't get it. You want to avoid that, but you want your force field always coming in like a whip, or where you hit him, but you don't want to crash into it. You want to hit him or lift it and then pull him down. And then when he's also throwing his hands, if you're crisscrossing yours, come back over his arm like this, pull him down, drop way down, and slide right back up his chest or right under his chin to the roadblock. And you slam up into him. You don't get up here and lift it, okay? And when you hit him down here, you drop the body, the head's gonna roll. As you're shuffling your feet all the time, you don't come in like Hopalong Cassidy or a stick horse where one foot's following the other one. You always come in And you learn to maneuver too. If he gets around you, don't pull this foot over here. Gets further behind you, he's behind you hitting him. What you do, you pull the front foot or the back foot. It don't matter which one. You pull one in front or one behind the other foot. Like Harry's over here now. I step over here and I'm over here now. Now he's over here, jumping back. I pull the back one here. But you always pull the front one or the back one. Front one or the back one. Front one or the back one. But you're always switching and maneuvering in and around him. Don't hop around him like so many of them do. You'll never get around him that way. You do the rodeo bronco buckaroo. That's where you hit him with your hip, like here. Hit him with your hip, one side your ass, the other side. Then you roll your shoulders up into him, like this as you push into him. Then you roll in and around him. Hit him down low, hit him up high. Come in, grab him with both hands at the hips, and that's the March machine agitator. You spin him this way and this way by pulling and pushing with the other arm like this. And as you do, you shuffle your feet back and forth where you keep balance and leverage. You have to have leverage, one foot behind, one foot in front. But you do it like this, in tight to yourself. Don't do it out here. You'll never get him. Okay? But you always want to do the sign of the cross. Name Father, Son, the Holy Ghost, and you want the arms to whip so that they come over and under like a wheel rolling over a log. Or you lift underneath. It throws your body from one side to the other where you can maneuver. He's right here. You do this, like this, and then you come in over his shoulder, or when you're right here, better yet, you do this. And then when you come over, you turn your hand sideways. You hit him with this part of your elbow. As you hit him, come under and hit him with this part. Not the bony part. You're going to hurt yourself. Hit him with this and this, okay? The backhand hand grenade is this. That's where you, and the snap, crackle, pop. You keep your hands in a loose C form. And when you hit, to strike, you clench your fist on impact like that. Like that. You don't come in tense, tight, stiff, bulky, and clumsy. All that's going to do is suck the energy right out of you. You're going to be burnt out in no time. If you stay loose, lean, and mean, you come in like a fighting machine. But you got to stay loose. And you got to come in tight. Now that sounds contradictory. You stay tight to yourself, but you don't stay tensed. Okay, you fight in close where these arms are always pulling you from one side to the other. Or you come over his arms, pull him down, come up his chest like this, or you come in, you smash his leg right here, step across, back up and stab the other one, come in with the weed eater, that's where you hit him with the sidewinder, right here in the groin, or you come down, hit him with the back elbow stick, or you lean back, you hit him with the backhand hand grenade, come up into his face, come under, loop, smack him leg, come always over his shoulders, and when you dig in down here, it's like a drill. You want these hands drilling into him, not poking him, okay? You got a lot more power when you drill into him down under his arms. Bam, bam. And then you punch his legs also as you move around him. But you always want these arms in here, not out here. If he gets over your arms out here, he's got the leverage, which is your muscle. If he's pulling you down, don't try to lift him up. When he pulls you down, slip out and come over his shoulder. Slip out, come over his shoulder. Come back around with the sidewinder. Don't come into his arms like this. Come over his arms like this, this, and this. Get in the habit of doing that. Don't get in the habit of punching straight shots. You're just going to clash hands and that's not going to get through. Okay, you want to come in, but you want to be one arm protecting you. Always in a 45-degree so that it rolls over and under his. You don't want to crash into him like they do in karate. Yeah. That's, you're just going to hurt yourself. And don't come in like they do in martial arts, putting your knuckle out like this. That's bullshit. That's just total bullshit. You're going to hurt yourself. Don't do it. And don't come in tense tight. You're going to break your hand if you hit him in the elbow or something, if you're tight. But if you're loose, lean, and mean, you're going to be so much faster, it's not going to suck the energy out of you like it will if you're tense, tight, stiff, bulky, and clumsy. Then you want, what I was just showing you, this here, this is what I call the rodeo bronco buckaroo. And then you come in, you hit him with this part, not this part, you break your hand. You come up like choo-choo, not like this, okay? You come up, bam, with your shoulder up to your chin so you don't get clipped there, get knocked out or a broken jaw. But you always want your body spinning with it like you're coming from back here, like you're drawing a sword out of its holster, and you come up and hit him hard, or like you're swinging a baseball bat, like this. You're swinging a bat, and you're going to have a lot more power impact than you are if you're out here like a loose goose, a soaring eagle with your wings out. You want to be in tight to fight right. And then when you're doing this too, when you catch his arms like this, you want to lean back like you're curling weights. That's where your leverage is. If you're here doing it this way, you're trying to lift him. You don't want that. You want to come in tight and punch behind the ear and then rake it off you like this. And then you come under. If he's kicking at you, you move out of the path of his kick. You move and you scoop under his leg and you push into him with this, preferably at the hip. If you can turn into him at the hip and then push him off. Scoop underneath and push him off like this. But you're always crisscrossing these arms and coming over your head like this when you do it. And then you come down, you hit him in the legs with the elbow. If they come up, step aside, hit him with the elbow. If you miss that, follow through with the back hand, with the side winder. That's where you hit him with the side of your hand. You can hit him on the inside, on the outside or the inside. It hurts like dickens. When you hit him on the inside, come back, hit him on the other side, lean into him with the backhand hand grenade. That's it for this episode. Just pay attention to what I'm teaching, and when you practice, go slow and easy. Not fast and hard, because you make so many mistakes, you're going to develop the bad habits. Develop the correct habits that come a lot quicker. Develop a habit, it's a habit, you're stuck with it. Don't get stuck doing the bad habits. Hit your bag like this. This is an 80-pound cigar bag, good for most anybody. You want the top of the 4 chains to hang on one linkage, one, so that it will retaliate. And that way you get the practice pushing into it, moving in around it, and stepping into it, bucking. That's the rodeo bronco buckaroo. That's where you turn yourself into a wild bull, a wild stallion, a wild horse, and you're bucking him all every which way but loose. That's what you want to do, but you have to move into it. Don't just turn your back. Don't just turn your back like this, because he'll grab you from the top. But if you're crisscrossing your arms like you're supposed to, and keeping your leverage by keeping one foot behind and 1 foot in front, when you come up and you spin the arms out, it throws his arms off, and then you come in with a back swing to his groin like this, or you come up to his face, come up, in, but you're right there attacking back real fast and easy. But you gotta build the habits. The habits, you'll sooner have it than never have it. You build the wrong habits, forget it. Good luck. I'm Stinging Dead Dave Overbee, the Killer Bee. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It helps me, and I'm helping you. Good luck.